Weinreb amide is a special type of an amide that is an important intermediate in organic synthesis. So in this video, I want to talk about what makes Weinreb amide special and how we use that in organic synthesis to make aldehydes and ketones. First, let's look at how we make Weinreb amides. Typically, we're going to start with the carboxylic acid and we're going to convert that into a corresponding acid chloride using usually thionyl chloride or something of that sort. As an example here I'm using butanoic acid, so it's naturally going to make our butanyl chloride as the product of the first step. Then we're going to treat it with this rather interesting looking amine where the nitrogen is connected to a methyl and methoxy groups at the same time. Normally, this molecule is commercially available and it is available in the form of the hydrochloride, so we are going to need pyridines there as a solvent to neutralize that as well. And as a result, we are going to get our amide. Now, I do have a dedicated video on how we make acid chlorides and their reactions. So here I just want to look at the mechanism of the last step where we are converting our acid chloride into our Weinreb amide. So here I am starting with my acid chloride and I am also showing the neutral version of my amine. Since nitrogen here is plenty nucleophilic, the first step here is going to be the nucleophilic attack from our amine onto our carbonyl of the acid chloride, giving us the corresponding tetrahedral intermediate. Then from this point there are two things that need to happen. We need to get rid of the proton on our nitrogen and we also need to get rid of the chlorine. So to get rid of the proton, we are going to use some sort of a base that we have floating around. I'm just going to use some sort of a generic conjugate base. It can be another equivalent of our amine or it can be a molecule of pyridine, doesn't really matter what that is. So that thing is going to come in, pull our proton off like so. And as a result of this proton transfer, we are going to get our neutral nitrogen. Then from this point, we are going to kick the chlorine out. And as a result of this leaving group dissociation, we are going to get our final product, Weinreb amide. As I've mentioned in many other videos involving the carboxylic acid derivatives and this style of reactions, the exact order, whether it's the proton transfer first and then leaving group dissociation or the other way around, is up for a debate, but I like the one where the proton transfer happens first, so that's the one that I use typically for my tutorials. Anyways, coming back to our Weinreb amide. So now when we have this amide, so what can we do with that? Well, one of the really cool applications of the Weinreb amide is the ketone synthesis. When we are using our Weinreb amide and we're treating it with the organometallic compound like organolithium compounds or maybe organomagnesium Stavgrinia reagent, we are going to end up forming a ketone. If you were to compare, let's say, a regular carboxylic acid derivative like acid chloride and ester, or in many cases even regular amides, we are going to end up with overalkylation, and I do have dedicated tutorials on those ones as well, so if you need a refresher you can look up those videos as well. Now, of course, the other option alternatively, we could use the carboxylic acid with the organolithium compounds, and that will give us the corresponding ketone. However, in that case, we are going to require two equivalents of our organometallic compound, and that is very poor carbon economy, that is wasteful. So if your organometallic compound, if your organolithium compound is expensive, that probably is not a very good way to go. So that is where the Weinreb amides truly shine. So if I clean up my screen here a little bit and leave just the top reaction, let's look at the mechanism of that and how that happens. So I'm going to redraw my Weinreb amide and my organolithium compound, the allyl lithium in this particular case. And step number one here would be just like we would normally expect, the attack of our organometallic compound on the carbonyl of our amide, giving us the corresponding tetrahedral intermediate. Now, normally in the case of regular organometallic reactions with regular carboxylic acid derivatives, we would expect the electrons go down and kick our leaving group out like so. But that does not happen in this case. And there are two good reasons for that. First of all, this particular amide is a very bad leaving group, so kicking that guy out is rather difficult. But on top of that, The lithium ion, or magnesium if we're using the organomagnesium, the greener reagents, that one is going to coordinate with both oxygens, the oxygen that used to be our carbonyl and the oxygen of our amine, and it's going to chelate both of those oxygens, or rather you should say the oxygens are going to chelate our metal. Anyways, what's going to happen here, we are going to form this very stable complex, which is stable enough that it can even be isolated. And this is going to stabilize the tetrahedral intermediate, so the leaving group dissociation is not going to happen. And instead, we're going to go straight into our acidic workup. So I'm going to draw my acid as this H3O+. The oxygen is going to get protonated. We are going to get the following neutral intermediate. Then from here, the next thing, we would want to have this part of our molecule as a leaving group. So we are going to have to protonate our nitrogen as well. So I'm going to bring the next equivalent of my acid, which is going to protonate my nitrogen like so, giving me the following protonated intermediate. Now, this portion of my molecule, that is a good leaving group. So the oxygen atom that we have in our OH form, that guy is going to help our leaving group dissociate. And once we lose our leaving group, we're going to get the protonated intermediate, which now we just need to deprotonate, we just need to get rid of this proton over here. So again, it can be any kind of conjugate base that's floating around. It can be another equivalent of our amine that we just kicked out of our molecule, or essentially anything else with an electron pair is going to come in, pull that proton off like so, and we are going to get our final product, the ketone, where the new bond that I have just formed is right over here, so I'm going to mark it as a new bond. So because of the unique stabilization of our tetrahedral intermediate in the middle of this mechanism, the Weinreb amides help us stop the reaction halfway and not form the overalkylated products, or dialkylated products, as if you want to call it this way, which we would normally see in the case of regular carboxylic acid derivatives, which makes the Weinreb amides an extremely important intermediate in the organic synthesis in general, because that is a very nifty way of making ketones. But as I've mentioned at the beginning of this video, we can also use Weinreb amides to make aldehydes. So if I have a Weinreb amide and I'm going to react it with DBAL-H, or in many cases even with just a simple lithium aluminum hydride followed by the regular acidic workup, which we normally see in reactions like that, we are going to end up with an aldehyde. And the idea here is going to be the same. So to show the mechanism, I'm going to redraw my Weinreb amide, and I'm going to use just simple lithium aluminum hydride for the simplicity's sake in this case. So step number 1, like we would normally expect, is going to be the nucleophilic attack from our hydride on our carbonyl, making the following intermediate, of course. So the new bond that we have just formed is with this hydrogen over here, and this is where the lithium, which I did show in this case, although we normally would skip that, but I am showing that for the completeness sake, because this lithium now is going to make a complex with our molecule, something of this sort, where both lithium and aluminum are coordinating around our oxygens, stabilizing this intermediate, and because of that we are not going to see the over-reduction which we typically would see with complex hydrides. And of course, after that, the only thing that is left for us would be to do our acidic workup, and we get our final product, which is an aldehyde in this particular case. So while Weinreb amide might not be a Swiss Army knife of organic synthesis, it is a very important intermediate in synthesis of both ketones and aldehydes, so you definitely want to keep that type of intermediate in mind when planning your organic synthesis. And as always, thank you for watching. If you learned something new today, boop the like button, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time!